Get ready to dive in headfirst into the world of theme park fun with In the Parks. We're your first stop for the latest news, reviews, and insider secrets. From roller coasters to cotton candy, we've got all the thrills and spills you're craving. Don't miss a moment of the action. So strap in and hold on tight as we take you in the parks.
I'm Jared.
And this is In the Parks and Beyond podcast. First, I want to thank everybody that tuned in for our last episode. I know it's been a few weeks since our last one. We had some behind-the-scenes issues that we had to work out, but we're back and we're ready to bring you our foodie episode. So I'm going to get right into it, and I'm going to ask Jerry, hey, what's your favorite go-to restaurant or quick service on property?
All right, yeah, great question. I'm kind of glad you mixed in the restaurant or quick service because to me it's like two different kind of categories.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
My really good go-to, I would say for solid quick bite, I always have to go with the quick service in France.
Yep, there's so many good options.
Oh man, I'd probably say one of my top favorite sandwiches is the ham and cheese croissant, toasted.
I love the ham and cheese croissant. And it's
I dream about it.
It's so comforting.
Yes, and never lets you down. And not even just like the ham and cheese croissant too. Just their everything that they have to offer there. You really can't go wrong.
I like that I can get like a $3 baguette and just walk around the park with a baguette in my hand. I mean, where else can you do that?
No, seriously. I mean, the only downside is it's like the line is getting a little bit long for it because I think it's become more popular in time. But it's worth the wait.
But it is a very efficient line because they have the two sides. So it does. Yes. If you see a long line, don't get afraid of it because it does go through pretty quickly.
Absolutely, yeah. And you always see me there. When you see me there, you would think I'm feeding a family of 6, but it's probably just for me.
Well, because you have food, you have pastries, you have specialty drinks. There's everything that you could imagine there. It's so good. Yes.
Oh, if you want it now.
I'm gonna get in the car and go.
There's so many good options though. Honestly, there's when that's the first thing I think of when I think of Disney. Everyone thinks of you feel magic and you think of characters, you think of rides. Pops in my mind first is food. I'm like, oh, it brings me back to the last time I had something really good there.
I agree. I mean, unpopular opinion, but lately I have not been not loving all the restaurant options lately. Sure. I feel like a lot of I don't do character dining that often. Just because the amount of times I'd go broke in about 2.5 seconds. But I feel like a lot of the quality has gone down just a little bit.
I agree. Yeah.
So I've been sticking to my quick services.
Sure.
And
I think that's a great statement, too, because I was actually going to get to that, too, eventually in this topic. I feel like Disney really has been missing the mark with their restaurants. And we could talk about that in a little bit, but that is such a good statement there. I completely agree.
Yeah. For me, my favorite quick service, or my go-to quick service, would be Geyser Point in Wilderness Lodge.
Yes.
Bison burger is so good. It
sure is.
It's so comforting. And bison. If people who don't know, bison meat is actually healthier for you. So if you want to have 2 of them, it's okay. Because trust me, calories don't count in Disney. That's the law. That's the law. Calories don't count in Disney.
Neither does your spending amount.
Yes, if you have a budget, just plan for a little bit over that budget.
That's awesome. That's great choice there. It's been a while since I've been there. Actually.
And they have you can eat in the lounge, or they have the to-go window. The to-go window has a few less options, but both of them have the bison burger option. So you can take the bison burger and go sit by the pool if you want. That's what I usually do. You can take the bison burger and sit along the water's edge and just look out into the water, see the boats passing by. It's a really calm, quiet spot just to relax in and enjoy some food.
Fantastic. Yeah, no, that's great advice there because I would not doing that. Like I know they of course have the quick serve, like you can walk up and get what you want, but
Mhm.
sounds relaxing. Good way to enjoy your food.
I enjoy it. I mean, I could go on and on and on. I mean, if you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, you know that I do all the food reviews and the
Yes,
drink
yes, yes.
reviews. I could go on and on and on about what's good, what's bad. But the point of this episode is not to pick on all the food. It's
No,
to
of
give
course
you
not.
some ideas to get the food we want, because we know how hard it is to plan a trip to Disney, especially
Absolutely,
the food part.
absolutely. And
So
trust me,
that's what we're here for.
there's still many great options.
Yep.
Like you just had mentioned a little while ago. I really think the quick service is winning right now at
Mm-hmm.
Disney. So and there's really not many you can go wrong with. I mean,
Yeah.
there's certain things, of course, I'm like you can spend your money elsewhere, but for the most part, though, I just really feel like the quick services are in the winning column at this point.
I agree. Now, we're talking about our favorite quick service, so obviously I have to throw the curveball in and put you on the hot seat. What, in your opinion, is the most overhyped, overrated restaurant on property?
Overhyped. Okay, I agree. I like this one. Actually, this is kind of an easy one. I have to personally go with the Beauty and the Beast restaurant in Magic Kingdom.
Oh, I was going to say the same thing. I think Be Our Guest is the most overrated restaurant on property.
Be Our Guest. Yes.
I was going to say that.
It's but what you pay and what you get from it. No,
I agree.
It's
the food has been way downhill a lot.
yes,
Like,
yes. I think
way.
honestly, I don't even think there's ever been a time where it hasn't been really good. I mean, don't get me. I love the gray stuff. The gray stuff has always been pretty.
Yeah, but you can get the gray stuff cupcake. You can get that at Gaston's. You don't have to pay whatever the price is per adult.
Exactly. But my last experience, I went there. I think it was not this past Christmas, but the Christmas beforehand, and it was just like, it was okay. I just feel like for the price point that you're getting, and you don't even get to interact with the beast, you don't get to interact with anybody. It's just like they just come walking through.
You get to wave to the beast, but you don't get to. Which I think I don't get that. I because why not just like Akershus in I probably butchered that, but in Epcot you get to see the princesses before and during.
No,
I mean, like the last
absolutely.
time I went, you took a picture in the beginning,
Yep.
and then they still came around. So I don't see why not being able to take a picture before or after your meal with the beast. I really do think that should be an option for what you're paying.
Absolutely. And I will say though that the theming is really nice in there. Like it's really cool. Like they did a great job with theming. The atmosphere like is really cool. So like this is not me knocking it. And if Beauty and the Beast is like your absolute favorite and you've never done it before, do it once. Maybe not for dinner or lunch. Maybe for breakfast where it would be a better bang for the buck.
You can't go wrong with breakfast.
Exactly.
Breakfast is breakfast anywhere on property. Most of them have the same options. Some have a little extra. I think my favorite breakfast on property has to be Cape May. I think that it's a very underrated for a resort because I don't in the park I would probably pick Tusker House breakfast, but I really do like. I just think that the ambiance of it just reminds me of classic Disney. If that makes sense.
Absolutely.
And I don't know. I just like the beachy feel of it. That's just my personality.
Sure. Like I was gonna say, this is kind of I want to say cliche, and like this is like everyone's kind of go to. I would say from my wife and I for character for breakfast, we love Chef Mickey's, and which is usually some people avoid it.
Well, it's not the same. Yeah.
Exactly. We just like the atmosphere.
Well, they just got a whole new. Yeah. They just got a whole new breakfast menu. I believe they added a bunch of food to it.
Yep. Yes, they did.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it actually looks pretty good.
No, exactly. And I haven't been back since they've updated, so we'll have to definitely check it out next time we're down there. But again, though, there's something for everyone, and everyone may not always have the same opinion on something. Because like I know people who personally don't like Chef Mickey's, and I'm like, what? What do you mean? That place is awesome.
See, the only thing I don't like about Chef Mickey's is that it is the spot where most families go.
Exactly. Sure.
So it can be a little overwhelming with the volume level.
Sure.
But I've never had a problem with the food.
No, absolutely. And great point there because I've experienced it before having a child and now having a child and going there. So like I see both ends now of
Yeah.
why families like to go there because like you can just let your kids run rampant and no one's judging you.
Yeah, it's like dinner daycare.
Exactly. You know, but
And
it was kind of funny because when we went last time with my son, he was only like 6 months at the time, and we specifically went there so he can like, greet the characters, say hi to them. He slept 98% of the time. So, like all of our pictures with the characters are with him sleeping, and they're making funny faces toward him, which is really funny. But
so when he gets married, you got to make sure you put those on the slideshow.
you know it.
Without him knowing, so it's just a big surprise. And yeah, because it's mostly the Chef Mickey's is the place where families go.
Absolutely.
There's no one can argue with me on that because
Sure.
my family used to go all the time when my siblings were younger. That was our go-to because they had something, like you said, they had something for everyone. So if you have picky eaters, Chef Mickey's is probably going to be your best option.
I agree. Absolutely.
And then I would probably say Cape May after that because they have the seafood bar, but they also have plenty of options that are not seafood if you don't like seafood. So I think between those two options, it's pretty good for picky eaters. I'm talking about outside the park because not everyone might have a
exactly.
ticket.
Yep, sure. And then I know on the same kind of topic of overrated, I wouldn't really say overrated. I would put this more in the category of disappointed for me because one of my all-time favorite restaurants in Disney World property is Raglan Road in Disney Springs, and I was highly disappointed the last time I went there. It was always my go-to. I love the atmosphere of. I come from Irish heritage with a French last name, but the last time we were there, they were always known for like their freshness of their food, the quality of their food. And the last time I went there, I was very, very disappointed. And it's been like 2 years since I've been back. I gotta give them another chance because they were definitely my favorite restaurant at one point, and hopefully they redeem themselves. But I was super disappointed the last time I was there.
See, you're actually not the first person I've heard say that. You're not the first person that I've heard say that it has gone downhill, which is kind of sad because that used to be a staple.
Absolutely, don't get me wrong. The atmosphere is still there. Like, it's such a fun restaurant. The vibing, the Irish dancing that they're doing is still super cool. They still do that, but the food quality was also the top notch of what they used to offer there. And I just, beforehand, like when you like my favorite dish there was their shepherd's pie, and you could tell it was fresh ingredients, handmade right then and there. Last time I had it, it felt like it sat in a warmer than microwave.
Which is
ingredients tasted like it was from like a week ago, and I was just like, come on.
Which I felt like a lot of restaurants on property have. I haven't tasted the freshness more so than I've tasted Heat Lamp.
Absolutely, yes.
Which, I mean, I can get it with the after COVID surge of people. Maybe can't keep up with cooking it fresh, but I don't know. I don't like
and granted, last time I went to Raglan Road, and this is why I say I got to give them another chance, is because it was around the timing of like we were like in the middle of getting over the hump of the pandemic and the supply chain issues. Like things were not able to get certain ingredients and things like that. So I'm wondering if that could have had an impact on it, and which is why the food way as it was. So I haven't been back there in a couple of years. So maybe it's changed. Maybe it's gone back to the way it used to be. But like you had mentioned, you've heard other people say pretty similar things, and I've heard the same thing recently too. So I guess I just got to go back and give another opinion before I lose full hope.
Now that you're on Raglan Road, I am going to say a very controversial thing about its neighbor across the street. I don't think Gideon's cookies are worth the wait.
No.
Sorry, not sorry.
Why? This is the first time we've never been in agreement with something. I'm hanging up the call now. I'm joking.
I don't. They're good.
Sure.
But I'm not waiting 2 hours for a cookie.
Sure. See,
Especially with Summer House on the Lake just opened up, and they have, in my opinion, the better cookie.
I've heard that. I haven't had them yet, which is I'm dying to try them. So I love me some cookies, and Radiance is a different kind, so it may not always be up everyone's alley because it's very rich and very heavy. And I can see people saying it's not their favorite, you know. And
I think maybe I got a bad one, but mine had way too much salt on it.
Sure. And you're not the first one to say that. I've heard that before, actually, from
So I don't know
folks
if it was
too.
a bad day or maybe a new person, but when I bit into it, it was like biting into a salt quarry. Like it was overwhelmingly salty.
I've heard from like locals. You know, I know you're pretty local to the parks, but from what I've heard is if you're really trying to get the gaming experience and you want to taste like their actual like how it should be and not like mass made of like the volumes that Disney Springs does, is
go to the Winter Park location.
Exactly, go to the original location. I've heard it's much slower and the value you get over there is so much better.
Yeah.
And so, which I thought to get over there too. I definitely want to go over there, but
I just haven't made it out to the original location, but it is on my list.
Sure.
Don't get me wrong, that peanut butter cold brew, I was
gonna say
I could drink gallons of that.
Best coffee on property, in my opinion. I was gonna say that. Probably the best coffee.
It's really good. I like the when they had the peanut butter and jelly cake. That was pretty good. But I just
their cakes are really.
I think
good.
I got a bad cookie that day.
Don't give up on them. When I was there back in October, it was a 5-hour wait to get in there. I put myself on the wait list, of course, because we just went through Disney Springs. But the son being so young, it was getting late, and we couldn't stick around, so we weren't able to have it last time. But if it was before Children's Days, me personally, I would have waited the 5-hour wait for it.
I mean, that whole Raglan Road area actually does have some good options, though.
Yes.
Have you had Jock Lindsay's? Have you had that?
I have
the Hanger Bar.
Actually.
Oh.
No. I'm sorry, Hanger Bar. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh man, don't get me started with some of their.
Did you have the deviled egg? That's good, but did you have the deviled eggs with the chicken on top, with the honey chicken on top?
Yes. Absolutely.
I had those for the first time in February, and it was amazing. Like it was speechless the way. I'm speechless now trying to remember it. Like it was like biting into heaven. It was delicious, and it wasn't expensive. It wasn't too bad for a theme park.
The Hanger Bar
food.
is such a great spot. Yeah, it's not at all. Not at all. And and like I had mentioned about like their old fashions and their cocktails, their drinks are spot on. Really spot on there too. You really can't go wrong.
I forget which one I got, but I think it was one of their famous drinks. It was really good. It was a good start to the day.
Sure. And then I think Disney Springs, like, if you're a big Disney goer, you know Disney Springs is not like a sleeper place to miss. So like folks who are like who aren't consistently Disney goers and like, oh, we're just gonna skip Disney Springs, and I'm like,
no, don't, because the amount of food options you're gonna miss out on if you
food there on property, you know, like
you don't want to do that. You have the Polite Pig.
Oh, Polite Pig, yes.
Two words and you were like, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh man, those truffle sprouts
to me, and I think you get a discount if you're a Visa holder.
Yes, you do. Yep.
Oh man, it's so good.
And speaking of that kind of area too, I know we were just over.
I'm seriously thinking. Yep. The Boathouse.
I was gonna say, speaking of that area, yes, I was about to say Boathouse, the Flamin' Young sliders. Oh, man. One of my favorite things. One of my favorite things.
You do not want to skip it. Disney Springs should definitely be on your list if you're a Disney foodie.
Yes. There's just so many options.
Mm-hmm. And most places you can walk up to.
Yep.
I know that they say if you're on the My Disney Experience app, it says you can make reservations for them, but they're all most of them are independently operated by third parties.
Yes.
So a lot of them take walk-ups. You may have to wait like 20 to 30 minutes for a table, but most of them will take walk-ups. So don't be afraid to go to Disney Springs if you're hungry and you don't have a reservation somewhere.
Absolutely,
Yep.
absolutely. And then you have Wine Bar George, another great
Mhm.
spot. I can keep going on and on.
I've yet to try Homecoming. I've heard amazing things about it.
I haven't been yet. I've heard the brunch is unreal. That is on the bucket
But
list to go to.
yeah, it's on my list. Earl Sandwich never lets me down.
Oh, same place. Oh, yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. Absolutely. And it's kind of funny, too, because I've had Earl Sandwich outside of Disney. It sounds good. I'll be honest.
Mhm.
Like I had it at the airport in Miami, actually, when we came back from our cruise that we did back in
Yep.
November. And I was like, oh, what is this thing? I was like, this is a sandwich?
Well, it's funny you say that because the airport, well, when you see a location in the airport, it's not run by the location. It's usually run by a management company.
Yep.
Like NDM is
Exactly.
usually it.
Exactly. Yep.
So I could see why it wouldn't taste like I've had like Firehouse Subs. I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna hook and ladder, and I was like, ew, what the heck is this? Man.
Man.
But no, Disney Springs should definitely if you usually skip it, add it to your list of things to go to because there's plenty of walk up places you can get some food. There's the Sunshine Churros,
Absolutely.
best churros
yes.
you'll ever have.
Absolutely, and then you have Salt and Straw.
Salt and Straw.
Oh, such good. Place.
I will give a disclaimer though. They do have some out there flavors. So
yes, they do. But
you may
honestly try it.
I know. Yeah, I was gonna say.
I said the same thing.
Don't let it scare you.
Yes, exactly.
And then right behind Salt and Straw, you have Everglazed Donuts.
Oh yes.
So
funny story about them. So when they first opened, I was like, I'm a big donut guy, so I'm like, I gotta try them. I didn't realize how dense their donuts were, so I ordered a dozen for myself. And when they first off for the dozen donuts, it was like almost $40. I was like,
yeah.
Whoa, for a dozen donuts? And then he handed me the box, and my arms dropped, and I was like, I overcommitted. Oh no.
I don't know. See, I like Everglazed, but I like a light fluff, like a light airy donut.
Like
personally.
Voodoo Donuts. You're universal.
I like a light airy donut, but Everglazed flavors are pretty good. So I definitely would recommend you giving them a try.
Yeah, absolutely.
But now across from Salt and Straw, you have the new Summer House on the Lake.
Yes, and which is a must go for me.
I have not tried the food yet. I just haven't had a chance. But the cookie bar is where it's at. So if you don't feel like waiting in that 2-hour long line at Gideon's, go get a cookie at Summer House on the Lake. You'll be just as satisfied.
Yeah, I can't wait to try it. I've heard so many good things.
Yeah, it's really good. They have so many good flavors, and then they have cocktails on tap. They have coffee. It's really good. Definitely would. Next time you go, definitely check it out. But I mean, that pretty much covers Disney Springs. I mean, obviously there's a bunch of other food, but we did that's a pretty good overview.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which now I want to jump into the big four.
You got it. Yes.
Let's start with Animal Kingdom, because I think Animal Kingdom is one of the most underrated places for food.
I agree. This is where I absolutely agree about Animal Kingdom.
For me, I absolutely love Harambe Market, those bowls. Have you had those?
Yes. Absolutely.
It's got the rice bowls with that. It's like African spiced chicken with that woody, smoky flavor on it. But they have shrimp too.
And I feel a lot of people don't even realize that's there. I don't think a lot of people think that's there, which is crazy because it's delicious.
It's one. I think that's one of the most slept on quick services in all of Disney. Actually,
that's fair point. That's fair.
We all know Flame Tree is good. We all know Satuli is good. But
yeah, I was gonna say Flame Tree.
Yeah.
You know, their barbecue for quick service is really spot on for barbecue, which is don't go wrong.
They have the chicken leg or the quarter chicken. The spices that they rub on that chicken.
Oh yes, yep,
are so good. I don't even know how to explain it. Like I articulate the flavors. Like it's like a smoky, sweet, almost got like a little bit of kick to it. but it's not spicy.
Yes.
It's just burst in your mouth flavor. It's really good. I will say though, you can skip Pizza Safari. You can skip Pizza Safari. You don't need to get the pizza from Pizza Safari. Do yourself a favor.
It's like pretty like similar to what's it called, Pizza Rizzo over at Hollywood Studios.
I mean, it reminds me of a Six Flags dining experience.
Yes.
Like, I don't mean to be negative, but it's nothing. It's not. It's not
pizza.
But it's not the best pizza either. It's like frozen Tony D's pizza. Like,
not even the good stuff.
Save your money. But what in Animal Kingdom? Where would you go? Well, what are you beelining towards?
For me, I personally love Nomad Lounge. Nomad Lounge, the churros, Nomad Lounge. Oh, I love going to Nomad Lounge. It's really relaxing. Yeah, it's not that hard to get in there.
Mm-mm. No, it's almost like on a busy day. It's almost like Trader Sam's. Just get there early, put your name in, and they'll send you a text message.
Exactly.
You don't have to sit there. I see a lot of people hanging around there. Once they have your phone number, you can still walk around the park.
Oh,
you just have to get back to Nomad within 15 minutes of being getting the text message.
Exactly. It's solid place to have a break throughout the day too. Like when we go to Animal Kingdom, because for some reason, what it is, Animal Kingdom, it's like the hottest park. I don't know what it is, but
it's humid because you got all the tropical trees and plants. It just gets a little bit more humid.
Exactly, and we love going there just for like a midday break, get some food, some drinks,
and it's very quiet.
Yes, exactly.
Until the flotillas come through. But I think that's what I like about Animal Kingdom is that they didn't put generic food in it.
Not at all.
They put the food that matches with the culture of the Animal Kingdom. Yes. So you have Indian, Asian, African, which arguably I think is some of the best flavored food you can get in the world.
Sure.
Like Yak and Yeti, the restaurant is decent, but I think that you'd be fine with just grabbing the quick service. Just get the chicken fried rice in the little container.
Sure.
And you with a spoon.
I've actually
like a walking snack. Really?
Never been. It's been on the list of mine to go there because I know a lot of folks do go there and they do enjoy it too. So I do got to try it. I've heard
it's actually a lot of people don't know it. It's third party owned.
I didn't know that actually. They're the same ones who own
it's owned by Landry's.
Yeah, Landry's, exactly.
And they own T-Rex and they own Rainforest Cafe.
Rainforest, exactly. Yep.
Which I had the Rainforest Cafe at Christmas time, and it wasn't that good. I was a little disappointed.
Yeah.
I hadn't eaten there since I was a kid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like the vibe is cool inside there, but it's food is there's better options.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you have Tusker House inside Animal Kingdom, which I think is one of the coolest character meets because you get to see the characters in their safari outfits and eat some amazing African food. You can't go wrong with that choice.
No, not at all. I've not done Tusker House either, so that is still on my list.
You are slacking on the Animal Kingdom.
I know. Well, and it's funny too because like I know it's given a lot of heat to Animal Kingdom in the last few episodes with like lower on my rankings, but it's like really they're like neck and neck with Epcot for me for food.
So there is. I mean, so like, even like the little booths they have around. Yeah, I agree. I don't know if it's probably going to go away obviously when they close Dino Land, but off to the side of the quick service restaurant is like a little ice cream stand.
Yes.
And they have these huge ice cream cookie sandwiches for like $7.
Yep. Well worth it.
Amazing. Then they have last time I was there they had like a special sugar cookie one wasn't too bad, but if I were you, I would stick with the classic chocolate and vanilla. Man, they're huge. I don't know. Now I might hang up the call and get in the car and go to Disney because I'm
Now,
sorry.
if we're talking like ice cream sandwiches here, not to switch parks real quick,
No, we
but
can switch parks. We're ready.
one of my all-time favorite snack to ever exist at Disney World was at Sleepy Hollows in Magic Kingdom, and it was the churro ice cream sandwich. And I forever wish they would bring that back because I would get 2 at a time when I would go. I miss it.
Anything churro is amazing. Churro waffles.
Yes.
Speaking of churro waffles, since we're on Magic Kingdom now, go to Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace.
Go.
Yep.
Eat nothing. If you eat anything, just pile your plate as much as you can with those churro waffles. You may feel gross after, but I promise you the flavor was worth it. I don't even know how to explain it. Yeah. Yep. You're in the right. You have a whole day to walk around the parks. Now you go walk it off. Just put yourself in a food coma by eating them. I mean, if you've been on a Disney cruise, you may have had them already.
Let's not say
there are only 2 places that you can get churro waffles. Disney Cruise and the Crystal Palace. And I found out that the Crystal Palace is the chefs at the Crystal Palace are the only ones with the recipe in Walt Disney World. No other chef knows how to make them because the recipe is so
sacred.
I was going to say convoluted. Like it's got a lot of steps to it. I think that we're going to have to do an in the parks breakfast at Crystal Palace for churro waffles.
I'm down.
Put that on your calendar.
I am down for that. As you know, I will be. I'll be a local in the next few months. So absolutely.
Yep. I mean, I think personally, Magic Kingdom is a little lacking in.
Yeah, I agree.
Quick service and dining option. I'm not saying it's terrible, but I feel like it's lacking.
Sure. Yeah, I think I feel like they've overdone it with their staples that they've had, and I just feel like they need more. If that makes sense.
I mean, Columbia Harbor House is usually my go-to.
Yep. They have some solid stuff.
They have some pretty good things. Casey's Corner, get the corn dog nuggets.
Yep, absolutely. Then you have the spring roll cart, which those are delicious too.
Oh my! Do not get me started on the spring roll cart. If they weren't $11 for 2 of them, I would buy the whole cart.
I can't get over the price point on it. Oh man, that's just
even it's not just the cheeseburger ones. Even like the rotating flavors they've had, the pastrami, those were phenomenal. The pepperoni pizza, phenomenal. Like,
yes.
I was just about to say the buffalo chicken was. Oh, man,
yeah.
I need to find. I'm sure that they released that recipe because that recipe is definitely something I want to try and recreate. And here's what I'm going to say: the cart doesn't open with the park, so if you aren't like in a rush to do anything, just hang around. Just hang around. 11 o'clock rolls around, you'll be the first in line.
Absolutely,
you get to try them
a lot of
fresh
people don't realize
and hot.
That they're one of those things that when they're gone, and they close.
Yeah. Although it's funny you say that because recently, they've been lasting all day.
No way.
I think they've caught on to the fact that people love them, and so they've been keeping it stocked. But if you're first in line, you get them steaming hot.
Yes.
Nothing compares. I mean, they're good during the day, even under the heat, even in the warmer. But if you get them freshly delivered, oh my god! Have you ever had a crab rangoon like fresh out of the fryer? I mean, that's what it's like. It's like biting into a slice of heaven. Oh, and then I think. What do you think the most underrated quick service would be in Magic Kingdom? Let's see if we have
Under
the same.
the Magic Kingdom. Ooh, this is a good one. Let me think on this one. Wow. I am underrated. Let me see if I need some inspiration here. What would you say yours is?
That wasn't how this was supposed to work. I was supposed to see if you agree with me.
I think I need inspiration because I don't. For like all the main
I
food they
think.
have in there.
First, I'm going to say it's not Petco's Bill because Petco Bills I will never. If you go to Disneyland and you ask me to eat at Petco's Bill, I'm leaving. I'm going to Epcot, and I'm leaving you at Magic Kingdom. It's Cosmic Rays. Cosmic Rays is the most underrated. It gets way too much hate.
I wasn't even thinking that. Yes, I completely agree. Actually, that. Yes, 100% on that one. That's a good call. I would actually.
I think Cosmic Rays gets way too much hate for what, just because it's cool to hate it. I guess I've never heard someone actually form an actual opinion on the food there, other than there's not many options. I mean, I can get that, but every time I've eaten there, the food hasn't been bad.
But it wasn't made to have many options. It's a burger, place,
Right.
So it's like
right.
And it's a decent
I wouldn't say it's the best burger on property, but right. I was gonna say I say it's not the best burger, but it's decent. Right.
Yeah. Yes. And like they had like the toppings bar too, which is unlimited. So it's like you really can't go wrong.
You can make a little side salad.
Exactly.
But I mean, Magic Kingdom, like we said before, I would put the cheeseburger spring rolls on your foodie list. The strawberry Nutella waffle.
Absolutely.
I'd Sleepy Hollow. I think that's right.
Sleepy Hollows.
I put that. Cheshire Cafe. Put the tail.
Yes.
On your list.
Yep. That's very good too. Actually, I forgot about that.
Across from Ariel's Grotto, I'm trying to picture in my mind, it's like a big Bavarian pretzel like you can get at Germany. It comes with a side of cheese sauce. 10 times better than a Mickey pretzel. Well worth the price though. Anything I missed? Did I miss anything? What would you recommend that I didn't list? Oh,
say that again.
Anything that I missed that you'd recommend? Something at Tomorrowland? I can't think of off the top of my head.
I think
pretzel.
You have
pretzel. So cream cheese pretzel, is that the launching pad?
Oh, the cream cheese. I think that is launching pad. So that's launching pad, and then I think it's the other one's at Hollywood Studios. So yeah, I believe it is.
Yeah, I mean there's pretty decent options. Like I said, you're better off doing quick service at Magic Kingdom.
Yes,
unless
absolutely.
your kids, you really, unless it's for breakfast.
Yep.
And in that case, I think character breakfasts are much better for your value than character dinner.
Sure.
So if you're gonna do Cinderella's Royal Table, do it at breakfast. If you're gonna do Crystal Palace, do it at breakfast because you're gonna get churro waffles.
Sure.
But I mean, other than that, I wouldn't go out of your way for a sit down at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, no. Unless you're trying to get in before everyone gets into the park, so you can
right. Well, yes, exactly.
Yeah. Wow.
But the park that I probably would do sit downs at would be Epcot.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I prefer to eat around the countries.
Yeah.
But Epcot has some of the best food on property.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Have you ever had Beer Garden?
I have. Yes.
Yes. I mean, I love Beer Garden, not just for the food, but the atmosphere with the show and the tiki taki. Like, it's just entertainment,
yes.
Which I feel is lacking a lot in the parks is
right.
Entertainment with dinner. I think that was a classic thing that has kind of gone away, not just Disney, but everywhere. It's been dinner and a show. So, Beer Garden has become probably my top-rated restaurant in Epcot in terms of value.
Sure. I was going to say, for
I think
me,
Viennapoli
if
has gotten a little
you're
overpriced.
adventurous with food, I really like Spice Table.
You like what?
I was
Spice
going to
Road?
say for Spice Road, yes.
Yeah.
I think if you're adventurous with food,
Mhm.
Spice Road I think is very good. Can't go wrong with the hummus fries.
Mhm.
So good. So
And
good.
it's usually not too hard to get in.
No.
Like I said for Disney Springs, even if there's no reservations available, a lot of the restaurants do walk up. Go to the host stadium, the podium first, and ask if they have it, because sometimes you have to do it through the app,
Exactly.
which can be a pain. But most of the time, they'll be able to put you on a wait list at the host stand.
Yep. Absolutely.
Have you had Viennapoli lately?
Not lately. It's been a bit since I've been there. Probably one of the best pizzas on property in my opinion. However, I don't think with the price tag that comes
I was
with
just about to say,
I think you should go up there
lately,
and up the walk-up window for it. You know?
the prices at Viennapoli, I check every now and then. It's getting a little crazy over there. But yet, I still see people piling in when it opens.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And for myself, who I've been to Italy and have tried the pizza, I was pretty spot on. I mean, I'm not
Well, they
Italian, I'm not from
actually
Italy, but
yeah.
they actually bring in like the water because the pH levels are different. They bring
actually
in
ship
all
the water
ingredients.
in from a place in Pennsylvania that has the same pH level as
Italy.
Napoleon.
Napoli. Yep. Exactly. Yep.
Which I think is interesting. And they import the flour, they import the ingredients.
Yep.
Which, I mean, the pizza's good, but
again,
I'd probably if I went, I'd only buy the pizza.
If you've never been, exactly. And I was gonna say, like, if you've never been, it definitely is I would recommend going. I think it's definitely
100%.
So it's definitely worth it. But for the price point these days, there's I think there's better options. To try out, in my opinion.
I mean, personally, I like eating at the festival booths.
Yes.
Yep. I mean, you can, because they're little. I mean, they're not little. The portions are actually pretty good for the price.
Sure.
But you get to sample different flavors. So, say you want to try something from Mexico, so you get to try a Mexican. Then you can walk all the way to Morocco and you can try Moroccan food. It's just being able to taste different things, especially Festival of the Arts has a lot of interesting combinations. If I can put it that way. It's artistic. It's an artistic expression for the chefs. So I do really like Festival of the Arts for food, more so than Food and Wine and Flower and Garden. Because Food and Wine, you know what you're getting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like Food and Wine now is just overly hyped. It used to be really good, but I just feel like
I kind of agree, because a lot of the stuff from Flower and Garden kind of carry over into Food and Wine. Although I'm curious about this year, since it's ending early this year.
Yes, it is.
So I wonder if we'll have a classic Food and Wine. So I am excited about that.
Hopeful, which would be awesome, which would be good, because it used to be really good. I used to really enjoy it, but
that's what I go to. That's how what I usually do.
Slap the same food and call it food.
Yeah. I mean, the festival food is my go-to at Epcot.
Yes. I do have to say, though, for one of my favorite sweet snacks at Epcot, and I feel like a lot of people, they know about it, but they don't usually get it, or don't know why. It took me forever to try it, too. Is it school bread in Norway?
Yeah. A lot of people think that the school bread is overrated. But it's not. I
don't get it. I love it.
I don't think it's overrated. I just think that it's a texture thing, and not everyone likes the texture.
Exactly. Because I think for what you're getting, it's rather large for the price that you're spending on it. And
And they
Well, I
actually,
think
I'm glad that you brought up Norway
yes.
because that chocolate chip cookie. Have you ever had that?
Yeah, I have. Yes, I have.
It's very messy though because of how much chocolate chip is in it. But for the price, it's so good.
Sure.
Usually, sometimes it can be cold, but if you just let it sit in the sun for like a minute or two, it gets like really melty and gooey and warm. Oh my god, it's so good.
Unless it's like the 100-degree weather in July, and it
Oh,
goes from gushy and warm to
yeah,
pretty much a
you might
drink.
not want to eat a cookie when it's 100 degrees, anyways. You might not. Oh man. I mean, have you? I think one of the most underrated places at Epcot is Sunshine Seasons because everyone goes
Okay,
to
I
Connections,
see that.
but
Sure.
I like the roast beef sandwich at Sunshine Seasons is amazing.
I've heard you
It's
say that. I've never
I
had it.
think last
Never had it.
yep. I think it was like $12 for that. It comes with a side of pasta salad with a drink. It's like 12 or $13,
Oh, okay.
and
All right.
it's very filling. It's not. It's like the perfect refueling snack for a park
I
for a
gotta
park
try that
day.
because I remember you were mentioning that not too long ago on your Instagram, and that's one thing I've never tried actually. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
put that on the
Well, they
list.
used to have like an amazing turkey sandwich, and then
Okay.
they had which was like it was like this giant turkey sandwich. It was like like a wedge
Sure.
shape, and it was
Yep.
like I don't know. It was like this big, piled
Oh
high,
wow. Okay.
and so the roast beef sandwich isn't as big as that, but it's on like a bulky roll,
Gotcha. Okay.
and it's got greens. It's got like an aioli on it. I don't know. It just works.
Interesting.
It's
Okay.
good. Uh, and then Sunshine Seasons has some underrated desserts. Like my sister recently tried it's like a new honey cookie. I think she kind of explained it like it's like a sugar cookie,
Interesting.
but
Okay.
not dry.
Huh.
And she said
Okay.
it was really good. They have a lot of good desserts. They have a lot of good. I just like the cafeteria style quick services because you get more
Yeah.
options.
Yeah.
And connections can get really crazy around,
Oh,
but usually
it's
Sunshine Seasons isn't too bad.
I have to keep that in mind actually, because I
Yep.
haven't really been there too often, and like you said, I feel like it's a sleeper, like you put it, because I not too many people. I mean, I say it does get busy, but like you get what I'm saying. Like it's not like
Yeah,
overpopulated, if that makes a little bit better sense.
exactly. Like like I say cafeteria style, but Hollywood Studios has the commissary, so I guess we'll jump into Hollywood Studios. But I think the commissary people hate on for
Yes,
no reason.
ABC. Yes. Oh,
The commissary has, I mean, over the years has improved tremendously.
I know where
And
you're going with it. I'm waiting for you to say it. Go with the
yeah, I'm gonna
sandwich. Come
say it.
on.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. The buffalo chicken grilled cheese is to die
Yes,
for.
yes. It sure is. Yes. I'm so happy you said that.
And you know me, I'm very critical of Disney food. That's
Yes.
why I have
Yes.
the Brutal Bites food reviews. The buffalo chicken grilled cheese is at the top of my list on
I could
must get,
not
must
second
eat.
that more. That is so good. So good.
Like,
I
sure,
do
there's
say
not
though,
many options for food at Hollywood
Hollywood
Studios,
Studios.
but this is a do not miss item. Like, I once
Absolutely.
had
Like you
someone
just said,
in the
it's
yeah,
oh,
I had like a woman someone in a Disney Facebook group was like, well, it's some good food options at Hunter's. Like, you have to try the buffalo chicken grilled cheese at ABC Commissary. And it's like, are you kidding me? That is like the nastiest thing I ever ate. And then after she said that, like 80 people replied to her and said, "Do you have taste buds?" It was like it was so funny. I don't even and then I wish I took screenshots because she ended up deleting her comment and then all the replies to her comment just disappeared. but I was like, man, I wish I had. I would put that on blast.
Oh, jeez,
It's
that's
it's the
there's
dip
hot
too.
topics, but then there's
Yeah. There's hating on something to hate on it. Now, since we're on this topic of overrated, overhyped, what's your overhype for Hollywood studios?
I'm probably gonna get some heat for this. I'm gonna go with the Brown Derby.
See, I haven't had the brown derby since I was a kid, and the only thing I remember having was the salad.
Cobb salad, like they're famous for their Cobb salad there,
Yeah.
but I just think it's overpriced, and you can get better from
Yeah.
elsewhere. In my opinion, that's
Well, I think that rodeo barbecue is overhyped.
I haven't been yet.
I just think that it should have been a character dining for what you're like. The barbecue is, if you want barbecue, go to Whispering Canyon. I wouldn't. Sure. I just don't think it's worth it. That's my opinion, obviously.
Absolutely.
Someone else can say it's good.
I've heard mixed things about it. Like I've heard some say it's good. I've heard some say you can get better elsewhere. It's not worth the price point and things like that. So I see it though. I can see your point.
Yep. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge has a couple good options.
Yes, they do. The Ronto Raptor.
I was just about to say that. But are you a breakfast or a lunch Ronto Wrap person?
I am as whatever is available at that time.
Well, I like the lunch one better only because I like that slaw that's on it.
Yes, the slaw is very good. Very, very good.
And that's not on the breakfast one. And I feel like the breakfast one is missing like a little bit of flavor.
Yes.
In terms of like, I like it, but I feel like I would like to have that on it too.
No, absolutely. No, but you can't go wrong with them though. I've never had a bad one. Yeah. It's the best way to put it.
And I like that you can walk around and eat it. It's like anything that I can walk around and eat in the park automatically kind of goes to the top of my list. Because I don't know, unless it's Epcot and I can eat on a trash can. It's a lot different eating on a trash can in Hollywood Studios. Seating is very limited in a lot of places.
That's some of the best places to eat at. Okay.
I like my trash can table, especially at Epcot. But I don't know how the First Order would like if they saw me eating on a trash can. I feel like Kylo Ren wouldn't be happy with me. Now, you haven't been down since the hydraulic cart opened, right?
I have not. No. I've heard mixed things about it.
I was just about to say, I haven't personally tried it yet, but that is going to be one of the next Brutal Bites episodes, is those savory churros. I just don't know how to feel about it. Like, I'm sure that it's just like eating a fried biscuit.
Yeah, so like I've heard a lot of people like it, but my only issues with it doesn't look fresh. It looks like it's just under a heat lamp.
Right, which is why I was supposed to film it. I was going to film it like a month ago when it opened, but they were under a heat lamp. Like, I don't like reviewing things under a heat lamp because then I don't get it's not an accurate review because someone could get a fresh one. Someone could get a fresh one, and it would taste completely different than the one that was under the heat lamp.
Exactly. And
so I'm gonna go.
And not to jump back to Sleepy Hollow, the Magic Kingdom, but like that's why I appreciated the churro ice cream sandwich so much, is because the churros were made fresh every single time. It wasn't sitting in a lamp. It was like freshly made every single time. So like, I get the population and the demand for it in Hollywood Studios, so they have to do something to keep up with demand. But that's what's gonna play me if I want to get it or not.
Obviously, if you can't tell from this episode, I don't like heat lamp food. But but another underrated food option at Hollywood Studios is the Backlog Express.
Yes.
You know where that is, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Yep.
I wouldn't say, like, again, it's like Cosmic Rays. It's not the best food, but it's decent food.
Sure.
But it's usually not that busy because it's
No,
tucked away.
absolutely not. No. Yep.
So if you're looking for a place to just relax, eat a
Sure.
decent bite, that's where I would go.
Absolutely. The one thing I'm not a huge fan of that they're pretty known for there is the Wookiee cookie.
Oh yeah, so the Wookiee cookie used to be phenomenal. Then they changed the recipe.
You got it. Yep.
I mean, when they changed that recipe, I don't know what they were thinking, but it's like biting into sawdust.
Yes. Yes. It's been a while since I've had it again, but like
It's really hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you used to be able to. You used to be able to break it with a spoon, or a fork, and you could eat it with a fork, so you didn't get your hands messy. And now you have no choice. If you're gonna break a tooth on it, like, oh man, I just don't get whose idea is raises their hand at the meeting, goes, I think we should change the Wookiee cookie. Yeah. I think we should make the cookie harder. And who signed off on it?
Well, whoever signed off on it was part of the last layoffs that Disney just did.
Yeah, but we got rid of one Bob and we have old Bob back, but yet not many things have changed for the better. We still have the same things. So
yeah, but there was a lot to have to fix. So it's the previous Bob really did some damage.
I just want Disneyland food to come to Walt Disney World.
I will say, I went to Disneyland last year, and when everyone talks about how much better their food is, and they're not lying. Food is unreal in Disneyland. Unreal.
I have this book. It's probably, I don't know if anyone follows the Insiders on Instagram, but they wrote a book for all the Ultimate Disneyland Food Guide. I have bookmarked every page in this book of things that I there is over 200 pages of food in here.
Yes.
And I want to try it all. Nothing.
They're hand-dipped corn dogs. Can't go wrong.
Oh, well, we're getting that though. We're getting the blue ribbon corn dog cart. That's going to the boardwalk.
Yep.
So I'm very excited for that. That actually should be opening, probably open in May or June. Yeah, it said.
I think really soon.
It said summer 2024.
Yep. Right. So
I was thinking.
I hope it's the same because
oh man, Disneyland food, just from what I see, looks eons better.
Yes. Yep.
Than
I agree.
Walt Disney World food, and I don't get it. I don't get why Disneyland always gets the better things. They get the better popcorn buckets. They get the better food. They get characters wandering around. They get better after hours events. I just don't get it. I want that here.
I think it's because they're forgotten. It's because I think they're the forgotten about child. Because you have your Disney World goers, but then people don't really go out to Disneyland that much. So they're please don't forget about me. I'm still here.
It's not that I don't want to go to Disneyland all the time. It's that it's not feasible to go to Disneyland all the time.
Exactly. And honestly, what they have, it's not worth a long trip over there. So it's
Well, that's the difference between Disney World and Disneyland. There's not really a bubble in California.
Correct. Exactly.
And it's not a diss. That's a fact. There's no big bubble like there is at Walt Disney World. Walt Disney World is 40 square miles.
Exactly. Yep.
Disneyland is not. I mean, it takes a minute and 30 seconds, if that, to walk from one park to the other. I can't do that at Walt Disney World. So it's more like you're going to a theme park for the day with magic than it is you're always in the magic. Which is not again, it's not a diss. It's just that I get it's different.
No, absolutely.
But I grew up on the East Coast, so my home parks is Florida. But people who are on the West Coast, usually their home park is Disneyland. So there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just a little jealous. Absolutely. That's all. That's all. Just a little jealous. But I hope that this episode helps you plan some food out. We're always available. My social media is Josh in the Parks, and Jerry's at It's a Buzz Life. Throw the underscores in there. Always feel free to reach out to us.